Hi friends in Artland, welcome to the Seb Duke Show. The show where we talk about art marketing and mindset. My name's Seb Duke and I'm an artist and art marketing consultant. And I'm here to help artists like you market your art better to reach the right audience and enhance your mindset in order to become more productive and efficient in whatever tasks you tackle. Twice a week, I bring you inspiring and practical advice to help guide you on your path to artistic greatness. And I do this because I truly believe that all art deserves to be seen, and that starts with yours. Monday episodes are for marketing advice to start your week right. Friday episodes are for art marketing advice so you can start your weekend with fresh ideas to work on. Now, we're about to start episode 19, Grow in the Elbow Room. In episode 4, one of the first episodes I ever released, I talked about the importance of understanding fundamentals. Once you're done listening to today's episode, I really encourage that you go back and listen to episode 4. See, fundamentals is what you have to execute right on. The basic things that you need to do so you avoid doing critical mistakes over and over again. Whatever it is you want to learn in life, always start by honing down on what the fundamentals of that thing are. Like not just how to do that thing, but why it's fundamental to do it that way. Say for instance, if you're going to nail down a wooden plank, well, don't use a screwdriver, use a hammer. Use the right end of the hammer. Learn where you need to put the nails, how many nails you need to drive so that it's sturdy. If you don't do it properly the first time, you're going to waste nails, a plank, and time. Now, here's an example that's a little closer to home. Let's say you get photographed holding your art for Instagram. What are the fundamentals of that? Well, first, your photo must be clear. If it's not crisp and clear, it doesn't make your art shine. So you have to make sure that your shot is not blurry or out of focus. Now, the shot can't be overexposed and it can't be too dark, otherwise we can't appreciate the art. Your art must be well aligned within the frame, so the edges of your art must be parallel with the edges of the picture. Otherwise, it's an eyesore and it takes away from the enjoyment of the art. What we're going to notice is that your art is slanted in your shot. Also, there can't be glare or shadows on your art because that's what we're going to notice first. So those are some of the fundamentals. And if you don't execute right on those fundamentals, it's just not going to look good. And people will not spend time focusing on what you want them to focus on, the quality of your art and the beauty of your art. So it's really critical that you figure out what the fundamentals are to make sure that you maximize your one touch point, which is when your followers scroll, find your post, and look at it. You want them to spend as much time as possible looking at your art, not being distracted by flaws like glare or misaligned art. But the thing is, once you've figured out how to apply the fundamentals and you're good at them, that's where you can start to find your elbow room. The elbow room is where you grow and it's where you have fun. If you're not familiar with the expression elbow room, it's when you sit on a couch and it provides you enough room to make yourself comfortable. You sit in, and then you don't feel stuck, you have some room to move your elbows around into a comfortable position. So first, you understand the fundamentals and you apply them. But then, the elbow room is everything else that you control. So, what do you control? Where is your elbow room? Well, first, make sure that you apply your fundamentals right so that you don't make those critical mistakes. Let's go over them again. Art well-centered, Edges of your art are well parallel with the frame of your picture so it doesn't look slanted. Crisp photography must be well lit, no glare or warm light spots on your artwork. Those are all detrimental to people who are looking to appreciate your art. But once you've nailed down those fundamentals, if you appear in your shot, this is where the fun happens. This is where you have your elbow room. So, what's your elbow room there? What do you control? Well, first of all, you control your facial expression. That's something that you control, that's something that is in your elbow room. So, facial expression. Where are you looking? Are you looking at the piece you're holding? Are you looking at the camera? Are you looking in the distance? Are you smiling? Are you looking stoic or do you look happy in your shot? So those are all things you control. You also control how you're holding your piece. Where you put your hands, are you holding it from under? Are you holding it from the side? Do you have one hand above? Do you have one hand below your art? Is it on an easel? Are your hands on your piece as it's on your easel? Those are all things you control. You also control what you're wearing. You control what your hair looks like. You control if you're wearing a hat, and if you wear a hat, you control what type of hat you wear. You control if you wear glasses or not. You control in what setting you're getting photographed, inside or outside. You control everything around you. So every element aside from your artwork, that's where you find your elbow room. That's where you have your fun. And if you nail the elbow room right, that's where your brand starts to happen. That's what you get recognized for in the elbow room around the fundamentals. So first, you make sure you don't make any critical mistakes. Nail down your fundamentals. But then afterwards, you can start having fun and develop your brand in your elbow room. And that's how you become recognizable. That's how you get people to like you. That's how you get people to like what you do and then want more of it. Sometimes creating content can start to feel like a chore and like an endless marathon that you're always running. But when you've figured out the fundamentals, you just tune it all in, and boom, you start having fun with the elbow room you got. So whatever it is you do, just figure out the fundamentals first, and then find out where your elbow room is so that you can start having fun. And just a reminder, if you need a refresher on the importance of the fundamentals, listen to episode 4 again. Oddly enough, it's not one that gets the most listens, but I really think it's one of the most important episodes I've ever recorded and one of the most important messages that I have to bring to you. So yeah, go ahead, episode 4, look for it. And look it, if you want to know more about the fundamentals of Instagram art marketing, head over to sebduke.com and grab a copy of The Art of Marketing Art on Instagram. Just as I was writing this episode today, someone who bought the book wrote me to tell me, "Hey Seb, I bought your book last week, started applying what you're teaching, and I made my first sale for $300, and on top of that, I got a commission request." And that makes me the proudest man in the world, because in 1 week, that artist took her investment and made back more than 10 times her investment. Not only that, the fact that every time that happens, when people make a sale after they've purchased my book, when they see a spike in their growth or when they make a sale, people feel compelled to get in touch with me and share that win with me. So I get to be a part of those victories. I get to be a part of those winning stories. And that's what makes it the most meaningful for me. So yeah, if becoming better at marketing your art is something you're interested in, go ahead and check it out at sebduke.com. The link is in the show notes. Oh, and just before I go, if you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with your artist friends. This is the only way this podcast grows, when people like you share it with people like you. This is how we together can help each other get our art seen by even more people. Alright, this is where I sign off for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you make today a great day, and please make sure your art gets seen by as many people as possible. And I'll talk to you soon.